Hey guys, Evan Rourke here, back with another live stream. How are we today, my guys? So how we doing? So basically, this stream would, if I wanted it to be a repeat of what we had last stream as part of the subject, which was, uh, sorry, give me 1 second. It's like, talking about the fan film or whatnot, but we're not going to do that. I might bring it up briefly. I want to talk about specifically Godzilla Minus One, given that we've had a lot of more recent stuff with the trailers, which I should have mentioned last Friday, but I didn't. I didn't even bring it up at all, which is weird. So we're going to do that in this stream. Maybe I'll bring up the fan film a little bit, but right now this will be the main topic. Give me a second. Um, um, Let me see here. Um, all right, there we are. Okay, so let's say hello to the people in the chat. Hello, Atomic. Hello, Lorenzo Morales. Welcome, guys. Hello, Father. Yo. Godzilla Minus One looks really good. Yes, it does. Hello, Jacob. Welcome to the stream. I know, Jacob, you joined at the end of last stream, so this is like yours is like you making up for last stream because when you joined it just literally ended a minute away. So I'm glad you could join at the beginning. This way you don't have to miss out on anything. So first things first, I have a few good things to mention. We are 2 subscribers away from 1,300. So I know you guys in the chat are already subscribed, but if you could just spread the word that I'm 2 subscribers away from 1,300, I'd really appreciate it. So that'll be a nice little milestone that I can achieve ideally this week for sure. I think I could do it this week for sure. Of course, the problem is every time you reach like some kind of milestone, I don't know what happens. Like all of a sudden you'll just like lose like 3 subscribers, and then you just have to go through it again and again. It always happens. So and the first time I see the big new number, whatever it may be, I'm never like, oh yay, because I know in the back of my head, oh well, in a week I'm gonna lose 1 subscriber and it's gonna go back down. But case in point, you know what I mean. Generally, I'll be achieving a milestone. So if you could spread the word about that around about that, I'd appreciate it. So again, in the last stream, I mentioned this a little bit like a few seconds ago. We talked about filming for the new fan film has begun, which it still has begun. I literally filmed the scene for the next fan film maybe like an hour before I started the stream. So we're on. I shouldn't say we're on schedule with that because even though the filming's on schedule, the editing is definitely not, and it's because I'm still waiting on assets from my crew on like the first scene. So I can't export any of the scenes until I have it for the first scene. Then I can export in order. I like to do things in order. That's why. Second thing is, last stream we talked about, because these are things I should update you guys with, even though it's not a topic for the stream, is that the Thanksgiving contest has begun. Now, of course, or it's looming rather. It's not just begun. It's like I'd say we're halfway through. Literally, we have 9 days left until the day of submission. Technically speaking, this weekend will be the last chance for you to join and still have the chance to enter. I mean, it reaches a point where if you enter like 5 days before, I can't technically count it because, I wouldn't be fair to you. You're getting like 5 days to do it. So, but in any case, for those who are in the stream and who are in the contest, I hope you guys are working on your submission because I've always said this, man. Time runs out really fast. So 9 days left. Use the best of it if you haven't already. And Lorenzo, I guess that goes to you because no one else in the stream is in it besides you. So hopefully you've started your film. If not, no worries. But ideally, sooner is better. I can't wait for Minus One. I think it's going to be the best modern Godzilla movie. Oh, for sure. Yeah. Best Godzilla movie since Shin Godzilla, I think. And we're going to talk about that in all just a second. But yeah, best Godzilla movie since Shin Godzilla. I was literally this close to buying tickets to seeing it early, November 28th. So I would have seen it 3 days before, all all you guys. But it was at this certain event in the city where I live, and my mom didn't realize that there was such an urgency to book the tickets because she didn't know it was a new Godzilla movie. She thought it was an older one, and like, no, this is a brand new one. She's like, oh my god, let me book the tickets now, and they're sold out. Can you believe it? So I can't do that. But the idea is the next, I don't know, December 1st. Then I guess is the next aim to go. But I definitely agree with you on that one, Jacob. This will be my only comment. Oh, okay, because you said I hope everyone has a great day. Oh, so you're not going to be staying for the full stream, I'm guessing. All right, that's fine. But welcome, and then hello and goodbye, Jarvera. No worries if you have to leave though. Especially if it's probably working on a project, and if not, hopefully you can work on some of those soon. Update me on them. Godzilla Minus One. Godzilla looks like a cross between Godzilla NES Godzilla, Heisei Godzilla, and Monster vs. Godzilla. Yeah, yeah, that's fair. I don't know if I would say. Well, actually, no, no. The head, the face looks like Heisei Godzilla. I was about to say maybe not Heisei Godzilla, but the face actually. Now that I think about it, yeah, face could resemble Heisei Godzilla. Monsterverse Godzilla, I can kind of see it in just like the skin texture, and NES Godzilla. I mean, I don't know what I could specifically compare it to. I guess maybe this. I don't know. Maybe the muscle. I don't know, but I get what you're saying. Yeah. Hey Yako, how you doing, man? Is it all right if because you made your name now like your actual name? Do you want me to call you by you Jacob now, or are you still fine with Yako? Because I'm just used to Yako. Because then people like people who don't know you and who just joined my stream for the first time are gonna be like, why do you call this guy Yako? His name is Jacob Gene. I'm like, no, 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 you don't know the past. You don't know the lore, right? Let me see this. Oversized spines. Like, yeah, oh, that's what I was gonna compare it to. The spines, yeah, muscle and spine, yeah, spines. I'm not big on. I don't know much about NES Godzilla, so I wasn't sure what to compare it to. But Spine's not it. Yeah, for sure. Godzilla minus one looks like a blend between 1954, 2014, and Shin. Yeah, that's the great thing. It's all a blend of Godzillas that, uh, were either the starting point for the Godzilla franchise, the returning point for the Godzilla franchise. Like 1954 was the starting point. 2014 was the starting point for American Godzilla movies. I'm not counting 1998 when I say that. And Shin Godzilla in the sense that um, Shin Godzilla was a standalone Godzilla movie. This is going to be a standalone Godzilla movie. Um, I think standalone Godzilla movies historically do better. I don't know, because it really allows you to just focus on the monster and the human story. When you have Godzilla fight another monster, which I love too, by the way, I'm not saying that's bad or wrong. It's just then the story becomes the monsters only, and that, as you know, I'm not a fan of. You should have an equal amount. If anything, humans should overtake the monsters in the story because the less time you have the monsters in, the more hype you get out of the scenes. Like you would literally find the movie boring if the entire movie was just Godzilla, right? So you have to blend it in. You have to blend it in. So, but no, this movie looks like it's going to be great. On par with Shin Godzilla, if not better. And it's crazy to me that this is the first live action Japanese Godzilla movie since 2016. I remember when Shin Godzilla came out. I remember, man. It was like the starting point. It was like, see, even though I joined YouTube in late 2014, I wouldn't say that my channel became Godzilla oriented until like 2016. And that was because for the first year and a half or 2 years, it was all like the Rubber Duckies, the Migos, like all those shows. If you know the lore of my channel, you'll know what I'm talking about. If not, just a little feature called Oldest to Newest, but I hate it because then that means you get to see the horrible videos I made. But anyways, so those videos are so case in point, yeah, those were like the first 2 years of my channel. So my channel, as much as I was a fan of Godzilla when I started this channel, I didn't make it the theme of this channel until like 2016. And then past that point, it became a Godzilla channel. Even though I was into Godzilla from the beginning of the channel, it never, you had a little bits of it, sprinkled in, but it really became Godzilla themed in 2016 around the time Shin Godzilla came out. So it's like a nice memory that, wow, the last time a Godzilla a Japanese live action Godzilla movie came out, it was when I had like what, literally a little over 50 subscribers. I was 11 years old, not even 10 years old. It was a different time. I didn't know so many of the people in this chat, so many of the people that maybe aren't in this chat, but that I know now through this community. It was a different time. It's an interesting thing to be reminded of. I missed some things in the chat here. I was hoping to start filming my submission today, but it was raining. Oh, it's gonna be outside. Yeah, well, no worries, no worries. Hopefully the weekend you'll get better weather. And if not, I hate to say it, but maybe we might have to resort to doing it indoors. But um, I think, by the way, I'm gonna say this now, Lorenzo, in case there's a problem. Um, unless you have Instagram, I'm trying. You can make. I don't know how I would get the submission from you. I'm thinking maybe you should upload it to YouTube unlisted, and then post it in the comment and like one of the replies of the comments in the Thanksgiving award submission, like the comment where you said I'll enter and I said you're in. Reply to that you're in comment with the unlisted YouTube link, unless you can find my Instagram. Then just send it there. Because unless you have a different idea, I don't know. Godzilla minus one is going to be better than Shin Godzilla. We'll see. I don't want to say that yet. We'll see. I'm not gonna say yes. I don't want. I should not just with Godzilla. I don't want to get my hype up for any movie like too crazy, because you have a very good chance at that point of walking out disappointed. I have a friend at school who said to me like he walked into a movie with low expectations and he walked out happier. So I'm not saying walk into low expectations because we're all Godzilla fans. We're automatically excited anytime we know a Godzilla movie's coming. But We'll see if it's better than Shin Godzilla. Shin Godzilla was pretty good. It's a pretty hard thing to beat, at least in my opinion. What's up, Evan Orak? Hello, Christian. How you doing, man? Standalone Godzilla movies are my favorite. Yeah, I know they are. Look, there's some of my favorite too. I love Shin Godzilla. I love 1954. I love 1984. 1984 Godzilla's Return, and I'm almost positive I'm gonna love this. It would be interesting, however, to see a Godzilla versus blank, like a brand new kaiju made by Toho, and live action too. But maybe that's the next thing they should make. I don't know. Maybe that's the next thing they should make because Toho hasn't made like its own original new kaiju in live action since like 2004. Like that's crazy. I want to make like I want a classic, kind of like a Godzilla versus Biollante style movie, Godzilla versus uh um blank Space Godzilla style movie, except it's like Toho made live action and a human story and a Godzilla versus another monster story. But this will be great too. I'm sure of it. I'm gonna start working on a Yako Christmas movie tomorrow night. Oh, nice. So it's gonna be like a Christmas special, or oh, hello, Pathetic Pictures. Welcome to the stream. Yeah, Evan, you're funny, but what were you doing during the January 6th riots? Oh my God. No, what was I doing that day? Actually, I'm trying to. Oh, that day I got my bootleg. Don't ask me why I remember this. I have weird memory detail this way. I got the bootleg SH Monster Arts Kinkadora that day. It was the morning, and I got it, and I was like, oh, this is cool. And then later that day, Evan, what's your opinion on the Eagles? I don't know too much about them, honestly. I'm guessing you do because you know your music. I'm not a crazy music. I mean, I love music, but I mean like I'm not crazy into the lore of the bands and whatnot. I remember being disappointed with Shin Godzilla. Well, if you saw when you were younger, as most of us did, because I was 10, I think you were 10 as well, Atomic. It was a mature movie. It was I don't want to say it was for adults. It was for everyone, obviously. But I mean like I don't know if it was specifically for adults. It was a Godzilla movie, and if you were young, you wouldn't have walked out there saying that's my favorite Godzilla movie. I certainly didn't, and I still don't. But there was this weird phase where I left Shin Godzilla loving it. No, sorry, not loving it, liking it, not liking it, and then now loving it. I feel like as I've grown older and matured, I love it more. So yeah, because it wasn't like so action packed, you weren't gonna like it when you were younger. I know that I liked it, but that I didn't love it. Polyduck Adventures. Oh God, no, it was Polly's Duckville Jollies. Excuse you. Someone here doesn't know their lore. Um, Let me see here. By the way, oh my God, yes, the human scene. Oh wait, by the way, I think you replied by saying. Oh, I'm sorry, I forgot. By the way, oh my God, yes, the human scenes do matter in a Godzilla movie, and I hope to see Godzilla -1 in a movie theater. I really hope it plays in a theater near me. I don't know if it'll be. It has to, man. It has to. It better play near me. I'm gonna throw a fit if it doesn't. My local theater, probably not, but like a theater near me, yes. I love hearing Evan's rambling. Totally. Oh wow, you're making me happy, man. So nice. Um, Imagine if Godzilla's design in -1 was the MonsterVerse Godzilla's design. Well, we already said that it kind of looks like the MonsterVerse Godzilla's design, so you got that going for you, which is great too because it's an interesting blend. And you can't really make your whole brand new Godzilla design. It's hard nowadays. There's so many designs of Godzilla. It's hard to come up with your own distinct one. So a little bit of blending is okay in my book. What else can you do? January 6th is the day I stopped being Republican. All right, I'm not. I love talking about politics, believe it or not, but in live streams, I'll take a little bit of a step back on that so that I not get in trouble with people who might or might not be in favor of certain things. Yeah, Yako Christmas movie. It'll be like a mix of Godzilla 2014, Man of Steel, and Shazam. Well, that's a crazy combo. It'll have Shazam for sure because of the Christmas theme, right? With That's smart. It'll have a fun light tone with darker horror scenes and emotional scenes. Yeah, that'd be great, man. Yeah, Christmas like that's great. So what will it count as? You have the first Yako movie. It's just going to be another movie of the time. It's just another movie added to the timeline, but Christmas themed, or does it kind of reboot on some of the things that's happened recently? Disney Pixar's January 6th. I haven't actually seen that poster yet, but I do know. I do know for a fact that I've seen a lot of other screwed up stuff regarding those Disney posts. Those are hilarious, man. Evan, why don't you hire people? Oh, that's in this next Godzilla movie, you're going to be proven wrong on that one. I have no implicit bias whatsoever. Rest assured. Fun fact: did you know in the end, the end invasion of Astro Monster, King Ghidorah knocked out Godzilla and Rodan when they fell into the ocean? Yeah, I mean, yeah. It was like knocked out like they were unconscious. I'm pretty sure. I haven't seen the movie in a while. In all fairness, maybe I have to be reminded of, but I'm pretty sure I remember that. That movie's really good. Do you not care about representation in Migo Island? Well, if there's Migo Island, bro. Of course, there's representation in Migo Island. I already have tickets for seeing it in IMAX on Thursday, November 30th. Oh, did I tell you by the way that had I gotten the tickets for that thing I told you for that Godzilla minus one event, I would have seen it November 28th. I don't know if I said that already. I know I said it. I don't know if I said the date, which would have been great. That's like 3 days before everyone else would have seen it. I would have been like, guys, I loved it. And everyone's like, oh my God, I got to wait now for 2 days. At first, when I saw Godzilla 2000, I liked it. Then later, rewatching it, didn't like it. Only for this month to see it in the theater and liking it. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Sometimes you got look, man. It happens. Your opinions shift sometimes. Similar thing happened with Loki. I know it's not Godzilla related, but first season of Loki came out. Did not like it at all. I then rewatched. First time I watched it alone, I didn't like it, and then I rewatched it with my dad, and I loved it. And now he and I are watching season two, which no spoilers, please. I usually I'm the one who's like, guys, if there's any spoilers, cover your ears. But no, no spoilers. If you at least with the finale. But just in case, don't say anything in case there's people here who haven't seen it. But you can bet that probably next Friday's live stream, I'll talk about it. I'll talk about Loki season two. So far, I like it. So far, I like it. I like it. I'd say it's just as good as season one. I wouldn't say it's better. I wouldn't say it's worse. I like it. Certainly the best Marvel show. But I don't know if specifically is it better than season one. I think it's like on the same level. But I'll talk about it specifically next Friday's live stream. If not next Friday, then the Friday after. Reason I'm saying maybe next one or the week after is because I want to give it some time in case people haven't seen it. I want to spoil it right away. What I will tell you is even if it's like let's say 2 weeks from now and not next week, I even might review it in a non spoiler review in here because there's always going to be that one person. Not that it's bad, not that it's wrong. It's justified to say, oh, I've seen it. I don't want you to spoil it, and I won't spoil it. But I want to give my thoughts on it in a live stream for sure. So hopefully I'll remember that to be the next live stream's topic, one of the next topics, for the next live stream. Um, yeah, it will be. It's a sequel set in the same universe. Nice, nice, nice. That's great. Disney Pixar's Mind, bro. That was the worst one, man. That was so screwed up, and I'm highly excited for that. I'm hoping it'll be my favorite Yako movie. I mean, look, it'll probably will, because each Phantom you make just gets better and better. Bye. My break is over at work. All right, go back to work, man. No, I'm just kidding. I know you probably won't like me to say that, because work is can be a little tiring, right? No, but that's all right. Do whatever's important to you. Oh, the actor strike is over too. Well, I did, yeah, that is great. However, I heard from a friend in school today that it only goes up until 2026, which means that it's as temporary of a solution as you can get. Like you can imagine, like and just like, oh, okay, guys, everything's okay, and then in 3 years it'll start up again. You'll be like, oh, I remember this 3 years ago. I remember Evan saying in his live stream this would happen. But no, it's great that it's over for now. It's just, 3 years. At least that's what I heard. I haven't looked it up myself, but that'll expire in 2026. I also excited for Monarch Legacy of Monsters. Can't wait to see the new Titans as well as seeing the 2014 Godzilla sign again. Yeah, honestly, I wasn't a fan of the Monsterverse continuing, but I'll say it once, I'll say it again. Monarch Legacy of Monsters looks great, and I'm happy to have that happen because it takes place before Godzilla versus Kong and 20 and caught him. My whole thing is that the Monsterverse shouldn't continue past that point. But I'm okay with seeing prequels of shows and movies before. I think expanding on the lore before all those things, all those movies would be great. So, only problem I have though is will I watch it? Because it's on Apple Plus, which I hate to say is gonna dissuade a lot of people from watching it. Because let's be honest, how many people have Apple Plus? I don't, and I certainly aren't willing to buy a subscription for Monarch Legacy of Monsters just because I'm a Godzilla fan, but you know, like really, like Apple TV. You know what I mean? It's kind of like why? I mean, I guess that's the best you could do. But how long is the desk that you use in feet? The desk that I have this computer on, in feet. That's a good question. I would have known. I mean, I'll figure it out now, but I would have known had you asked me this like 6 years ago, because that's when I put this desk in place. But probably you're lucky I have a ruler. Otherwise, it'd be like, let's see. Okay, 1 foot. Let's see here. It's 2 feet. Actually, this is in width, actually. I'm realizing this now. I'm stupid. This is the best answer you'll get for now. 3 feet. It's 3.5 feet wide. um, and probably 2 feet, um, 2 feet long. 2 feet, 2 by 3 feet. Yeah, that makes sense. No, no, sorry, 2 by 3.5 feet actually. Let me give a little quick lore though, like a little lore. Let me give some. Let me talk about the lore. The grammar's a little funny today. So, because you're talking about the desk, funny thing, you can look back at my live streams in 2017. Every live stream up until August 2017, my setup, and I don't think anyone in this chat remembers this. Maybe besides Jacob might remember. I don't know. It's maybe Christian too, but Christian left. Pathetic Pictures too. Pathetic Pictures might remember. I don't know. This desk I never had in my room, the one like I'm tapping on right now. Instead, I had a much smaller desk meant for like a little kid, like when I was a little kid, and it was on that side of the wall, right, with my computer facing this way. So in other words, the live stream would be set up so that you would see. So like the way I'm facing now is the way the webcam would face. So my backside, and this wall that you would see behind the computer that you can't see now used to have a chair, and that Destroy All Monsters poster used to be up on the wall here. But now the wall past the computer has my two Godzilla shelves, which, if you want to know what they look like, look at my Thanksgiving awards announcement because I recorded myself in front of them. This Christmas, when I get Godzilla figures, I plan to fill up that shelf for sure. So that is gonna be good. So, how long is the day? Oh, yeah. So sometimes I'll do this thing. I'll just reread things by accident. I'm watching Monarch Day One. Yeah, look, I don't know, man. I really, you're pushing me a little bit. Maybe I should watch it day one. It's just Apple TV. You know what I mean? Um, but in any case, Evan, why are you talking about feet? Oh no, because Lorenzo Morales. I don't know if maybe you're joking, you're being serious, but Lorenzo was asking me about about how long my desk is in feet. Um, but yeah, and if you're probably joking about the fact that it's all about feet. I don't have a foot fetish, guys. Don't worry. um, let me see here. Give me 1 second. Let me see here. Um, give me 1 second. All right, sorry about that. I had to go back. I remember. Yeah, Jacob remembers. Jacob remembers, man. That was 2017. It was crazy. Yeah. Hey, I have a question. Have you finished Shock? The movie that my friend. I believe I did. Yeah. I say I believe I did because it was like a month ago, and either I was like almost finished or I did finish. But yeah, it was pretty good. It's pretty good. I think the only area that I would criticize, as from what I can remember at least, because I don't have it like pulled up in front of me right now, was the fact that I think it was a little jarring to see like sometimes it be the animation, also the PNG. I think like the PNG being of an animation that's different from the animation we see on screen. Like that blend of animation, I think is a little distracting. But other than that, the story was pretty good. Voice acting was pretty good. Yeah, I liked it. I liked it. It's very good. I probably would have to rewatch it again to give it a rate out of 10 because again it was like a month and a half ago or a month ago. I believe it was a month ago because it released in October. I remember, so it's probably a month ago that I watched it. So I'll have to rewatch it in order to give it a proper rate because I'm kind of forgetful on the details. I gotta remember the details to give it a rate, right? But it's pretty good though. Um, I don't have Apple TV, but I'm watching on this. Oh, which side are you watching on? Disney Pixar's evidence of foot fetish. I wonder what the poster for that would even look like. My God. I'm saving my money to get the Hiya Toys King Ghidorah 2019. It looks better than the monster. It's more accurate to design. Yeah, I mean, I go for it, man. I don't know if it's probably expensive, right? Um, I'm thinking, of course, the Hiya song. Now that you've mentioned that, Jacob. um, let me look it up myself. The fact that you're saving up for it says a lot. Um, oh, $103 from what it seems. A little over 100. Okay, it's not too bad. Some people it is too bad, but yeah. Um, I don't know if I'm gonna get it though, but it does look better than the SH Monster. I remember hearing a lot of complaints about that. Thanks. The sequel is releasing this Thanksgiving. Actually, it's called Nick Bear and Shock New World Order. I won't be writing the movie, but I'm editing it. Oh, that's great. Yeah. Um, so it's gonna be releasing this Thanksgiving weekend, I bet. And then you got a lot of things planned, man. That's great. You got this coming out Thanksgiving weekend, and then you got the Yako Christmas movie. And I have to say, I appreciate a lot of the holiday themed movies because this is, let's be honest, man. I love this time of year. It just gets better as it goes along. Obviously, the closer you get to Christmas, the better it gets. But like the Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas blend, it's all great. It's all great. One detail that Bandai, Jack Pacific, and Monster. Oh, excuse me. One detail that Bandai, Jack Pacific, and Monster Arts missed on is that the MonsterVerse King Ghidorah has 5 toenails. How much did they put on it then? Did they put like 4 or 3 or something? I think they put 3 or 4. Because I have it actually, the Bandai one. I think it was 3 or 4. It's releasing November 22nd. That is, it's the day before Thanksgiving. Yeah, it's great. I mean, look, man. As long as it's not Thanksgiving Day, I think the movie will do very well. Thanksgiving Day is the only problem I would have because if it's released on a holiday, it might be hard to get people to watch it. But any time around there would work perfectly. It could have been the 22nd, could have been the 24th. Could have even been the 25th. Any of those times would be great. Um, so I guess, are we still talking about -1 or should we talk about whatever you guys want to talk about? I guess we'll talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. So if you want to keep talking about -1, just let me know. But we'll now change over the stream's focus. Talk about whatever you guys want to talk about. It's funny how much I repeat that. Whatever you guys want to talk about. Whatever you guys want to talk about. And yeah, I love Halloween. Holiday every time Halloween holiday. I'm keep like misreading it. And yeah, I love holiday themed movies. And I thought I'd make it better with a Thanksgiving movie and then a Christmas movie. Yeah, for sure. Because you got like one thing on top of the other. I mean, don't push yourself, but I like it. It sounds great. Yeah, four. That makes sense. Yeah. Um, I look forward to the Godzilla -1 merchandise. You're gonna definitely have the SH Monster Arts coming out at sometime soon, I bet, as well as the what else? I'm trying to think. Excuse me. Um, Let me see here. $51. Um, yeah, yeah, I'm actually on what's it called? Showcase that kaiju right now, seeing anything that they've might have just released or whatnot. Um, Let me see here. I'm debating on whether or not I should get the new Showa Gamera Bandai that they made, because that does look really cool. But then at the same time, it's like I don't know, man. I already have a Showa Gamera. Just that, like, this is what I'm talking about. In case you guys don't know what I'm talking about, this recent release, it looks cool. But I do have a Showa Gamera. That's the problem. I don't know. I'll think about it. Probably not. Because I'm still making a list of things to get for Christmas. I've already asked my parents to buy me some stuff, but the FNAF movie is the highest grossing horror movie of the year. I heard about that. I heard about that. I mean, here's the thing. I don't know. I haven't seen it, and I don't have to see it in theaters because, thank God, or not thank God. I mean, it's probably gonna happen anyway. But that I was able to have the full thing saved in my. Someone sent it in this server I'm in, and I saved the whole thing. It was hilarious. Um, Let me see this. um, 1 second. 1 minute. Sorry about that. Um, Hold on. Okay, let's see here. Sorry about that. Um, Let me go back here. What is your favorite food, Evan? Favorite food, Evan? Not just holiday food, but food in general. I would have to say sushi. But if I do want to answer though in the regards to holiday food because in Christmas time it's foods plural, so maybe this doesn't really count. But of course, you have Turkey Day and Thanksgiving. I'm not gonna really count that because obviously that's one of my favorite holiday foods because that's just a given that everyone usually has that. In Christmas time, however, I usually have it's a Christmas tradition in my family to have pork and rice and beans, pulled pork, rice and beans with avocado, and oh my God, is it great! It is just amazing. I guess the pork is your answer because it's the center of the meal, but it's great. The poster for Disney's Pixar has a foot fetish. Evan, don't buy it. Don't buy. Yeah. Look, man. I'm gonna be like, oh wait a minute, this is real. I'm like, no, it's me. It can't be real. The original one looks better. Original one. Oh. You're talking about the Gamera. Yeah, the original does look better, and I am happy to have it. So yeah, I'll probably skip it. Definitely not gonna get that Batra larva though. I mean, look, honestly, Bandai Movie Monster Series is now just like, throwing out the same figures that have already been made already, just looking slightly different. And, it's kind of sad because people are, I mean, it's cool to collect, but like, let's be honest, you really need a different version of it where it's just like maybe one little detail about it has changed. Like, only unless the original figure was pretty bad, should you want it. I've been guilty, however, of going up against my own rule on that, but it's whatever. I'm gonna try and get some Ultra Kaiju figures. Nice for Christmas, right? Mainly Ultra Monster Series, Calbeam, Red King, Naranga, and Bemular. Yeah, Bemular. That'd be pretty cool. Are these gonna be mainly Spark Dolls that you're gonna look for? Because they're, I mean, look, man, you can't say no to them. They're good quality and they're cheap. Like let me look it up right now. Bemular, soft vinyl. Oh, for some reason I can't find it right now. Interesting. Well, in any case, the Spark Dolls of it are obviously going to be cheap and affordable. My favorite food is either chicken burritos or mac and cheese. And my favorite drink is either Dr. Pepper cream soda or sweet tea. Sweet, oh, what's an interesting distinction there. I'm not the biggest Dr. Pepper fan, I have to say. I wonder if cream soda is any different though from the classic Dr. Pepper. If it is, then I can't say because I haven't tried it. But like pure Dr. Pepper isn't really my thing. As far as favorite drinks, then, if we're gonna include that, favorite drink would have to be Canada Dry Ginger Ale, or just ginger ale in general. I won't get that specific. Um, or Coca Cola. Bandai Movie Monster Series is a hit or miss now. Well, the newer things they released are not. I certainly love that they're now making some of the figure designs that aren't getting enough attention, or that were getting enough attention years ago, but haven't been, remade to lower the price. So, like for instance, the 55 stuff looks amazing. I don't really want to get it because I would. Problem is, I don't want to get it because it's going to come after Christmas. And what's the point of getting something for Christmas if it's not going to come during Christmas? And they'll always do this. Like, it's always so inconvenient, for me at least. They'll release the figures not enough, like just missing Christmas, or just missing my birthday. Because sometimes they'll do waves of releasing figures where at some point it's either right before Christmas or in the spring, or sorry, in the midwinter, like in February. And by that point, it's like it's either coming out right after my birthday or right after Christmas, and it's just like, man, why? Why is this happening to me? Some of the stuff that they released is coming in time for Christmas. That's the stuff that I got for Christmas. I don't want to say it. You'll have to see my Christmas haul for that when that releases. But the 55 figures are right now not one of them. I was hoping to get it, and I could. It's not that I can't, but it's not coming in time for Christmas. It sucks, man. So it's like the one time it's a hit, not a miss. It's a hit. Is when it's going past Christmas time. So that really sucks. I'm looking for the older ones. Oh, the older ones. Okay, then those are not going to be as affordable. But that's okay, man. Look, vintage is cool, is great, cool as well. Most of the Bandai Movie Monster Series, thankfully, is a hit. Yeah, yeah. Like again, the newer wave was nice. I love that they're doing Rose by love that they're doing Rose by Latte. I remember wanting a Rose by Latte Bandai figure like literally since I started collecting. Literally since I started collecting. And most of the ones on whatever website it was, because they would never have it on Amazon since it was so rare. It was like $400, $500. It's like, no, I'm not gonna get this. I've never spent more than like 160 on a figure, which even in that case was I kind of regretted. It was a little embarrassing. I won't say what. Maybe I will if you guys pressure me. But I've always wanted a Rose Violante. I've always wanted a Rose Violante. Sprite cranberry is my favorite Christmas drink. As much as it's like considered like a funny joke, I've never actually had it. I really should. You know what, Flash? I really actually, you're getting me in the mood for it, Jacob. I gotta say, Spark Dolls are peak. Yeah. I mean, the only problem they have is their size. They're not size accurate to some other Ultraman Bandai companies. Some other Ultraman companies. That's their only thing. But the quality is good. They're affordable, and it's just like if you're an Ultraman fan, you could just get so many of them. They're so cheap. You know, in flashback scene in Yako where Drake and Ron fought, I plan on doing even more fight Ted in future movies. That'd be great. That'd be great. Yeah. More one-on-one action would be cool, as is the case with almost any movie. You gotta have that action. So of course you have to do more fights like that. I look forward to. It. Look forward to it. I need that new 55 Angiers. Yes, man, I hear you. The 55 Angiers and the 55 Godzilla, because up until they released it, I was looking for an affordable Memorial Box 55 Godzilla, especially at G-Fest. That was the prime thing I wanted at G-Fest. And of all the G-Fest I've went to, this year was the only time where they really didn't have almost any memorial boxes. Like, not that it's common. It was never common at any G-Fest I went to, but there was always that one table that would have them in a back shelf or something. This year there was nothing. No 55 memorial box or any other memorial box for that matter. Rare. I mean, I would have had to have missed it by the first hour because I went down to the dealer's room on day one, maybe an hour and a half after it opened. So maybe there was some and people just grabbed them first thing. I don't know, but 55 was what I was hoping to get going into the first day. Couldn't find it, and now that they released the Bandai version, I'm happy. But I'm also now not happy that it's going to be arriving if I were to buy it after Christmas. Uh, I know how much you enjoyed that fight. Yeah, yeah. Look, man. Those fight scenes are going to be great. The future ones you're talking about, and the ones you've already made, absolutely. Um, Let me see here. Speaking of figures, if in case you're curious, you could be nice if you guys could watch my latest video, my Godzilla collection update. Which, by the way, let me just say, it's crazy when you realize that you haven't done an update on it in 2 years, which is kind of the norm. I think before 2021, last time I did it was 2019. So every 2 years sounds like a reasonable amount to do an update. Um, what I don't get, and I've just never understood this honestly in my whole life, and maybe I'm missing something. Maybe you guys can explain it to me. Why people do Godzilla collection updates before G Fest? I never got that. I always thought that the idea should be, don't you want to film the Godzilla collection after G Fest with the new figures? Why do you want to show it before the new figures? Like at that point, it's not. It's like it's the Godzilla collection you have that we all knew you had, right? It's not like we know what stuff you got recently and what it looks like now that you posted on the shelf. Um, yeah. So, but I'm happy with my collection. It's grown. It's grown like crazy. And it's funny. A lot of people in the comments were saying, "Oh, I have half of a collection as you. I have 10 times less of a collection as you." Let me just say to anyone who has that mentality, I get it. I 100% get it. I was like that when I would watch other people's Godzilla collections. I remember there was this one Godzilla collection, one of the first ones I ever saw. Now looking at it, it's much smaller than mine, which is crazy because when I saw it, I was like, he has that many, and I was just standing there with my like 3 or 4 Godzilla figures, and I was just like, imagine having all of these guys, and now I have so many more. Um, it's great, but don't let yourself down, guys. If you don't have a big collection, the older you grow, the more you'll get. Um, Gotta say, that's how it usually works. Let me read the chat here. I'm taking a little break. I got 2 figures coming in the mail. It's a new Bandai Tyrannosaurus and the um, sorry, and the monster movie monster series scheduled 2023. Yeah, the Bandai Titanosaurus looks cool. Again, it's not something I want to get because I already have a Bandai Titanosaurus and Bandai Godzilla. Like there are just examples like that where, in my case, I don't want to get it again if I already have it. But if you don't have a Titanosaurus and Godzilla 75 or 4, which year they're 75, this is the year to get it, guys. This is the year to get it because trust me, you can only imagine how much the 74 was or 75 was in like 2012. I bet. It was probably like $30 or $40, like it is now with this newer one. So like you're like, oh my god, this is so affordable then, and now it's like $90 or $80. That's what this new Godzilla 75 and Titanosaurus will be in like two and literally 3 or 4 years. I promise you, it will be $70 or $80, which is how it works. The rarer it becomes, the higher the market. The market value goes up. So this is your time to get it if you don't have any Terror of Titanosaurus, Terror of Mechagodzilla merchandise. Uh, um, let's see here. Um, Let me see here. Sorry about that. I gotta make a collection update at some point. Yeah, go for it, man. I remember you know when you're overdue. You kind of get that like feeling like, oh my god, I haven't made one in a while. And this one in particular, I was planning to make a month ago. I just got really busy, and it's funny because when I filmed it, I was like, wow, this really didn't take that much time at all. I was being lazy. Um, Forgive me for all the questions, Evan. No, 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 no. Please ask, ask, ask. That's the whole point of the stream too, is to ask questions and start conversations, right? Forgive me for all the questions, Evan. But how did you make some of the buildings that you use for the Phantoms, and where did you get the other ones? Yeah. So good question. Like you kind of phrased it the way it should be phrased, because I made some of them and then I bought other ones. As far as the ones that I made, look, you should find rectangular objects in your house, and I'll give you some examples. Find, or if not find, because I imagine your family probably throws them out when they're not used, but like think ahead for the future, to find or collect empty boxes of, I don't know, I'm trying to think of examples, like a pasta box, or um, not a shoe box, they're too big. Um, Trying to think, an Amazon package, but a smaller one. Those can also be too big, but get a smaller one. Just collect things that are size accurate to Godzilla, like the size of a building. Compare it next to Godzilla and say to yourself, this is size accurate. This is the kind of building Godzilla will be sitting next to in a fan film. And take those boxes, print out building textures, and tape them around the rectangular box. Also, be careful, by the way, at where you place it, because sometimes if you're gonna have to cut the printed paper out, right? But if you can see like there's like a print, if you feel like there's like a cutout line by like slicing a window in half, and that doesn't look natural, that's gonna look weird. So try and do it as neatly as possible when you wrap it around. Sometimes one side of the building will look nicer than the other when you're done printing. But you want to get an elongated print, because that way it can wrap around easier and not like meet halfway and it's weird. So yeah, the width of the print counts. The width of the print counts. So print out building textures, make it a long with printed out paper textures, and then wrap it around and tape it onto these cardboard rectangular boxes. That's how you make a building. To buy a building, I'm always bad at remembering the companies where I get my buildings. I'm sorry, I'm gonna look it up right now. Don't worry though, I can find them. I just have to do some digging. So okay, so Outland Models is one company. I wouldn't suggest them as your top choice, because a lot of it is cheap, and when I mean cheap, I mean like they're models, so you build them. But the problem is they fall apart easily after you build them. You could also glue it too, so maybe they're not such a bad option. But no, Outland Models is one option. But if they're affordable, and maybe I literally just thought of my own solution there: gluing them. They're snap on model kits, but like because they're cheaper, they don't snap on as nicely as they should. So in other words, they fall apart easily. That means you should glue them. I never even thought of it. Maybe I'm gonna do that strategy from now on. So Outland Models, a lot of it's 3D printed too. So to disguise the 3D printing, they'll sometimes give you printed out textures to come with the building model. They don't always do that. So Outland Models is one company. I'm trying to think of another one. Literally, all my Amazon recommendations are Outland Models. I'm trying to see if I can find you another one. Building model. Wait a minute. Wait a minute, we're getting close to finding a different one. Let me see. Oh, that's what it's called. Sorry, 1 second. Don't worry, Lorenzo, I got you. And also, when I give these recommendations to you, we have to end off the stream. I do apologize, but man, can't find this one other company that I know. Damn. Well, I can't find it. I'm sorry, but just know that Outland Models is one that you could look up for now. I will try and remember to look it up so that if I stream next Friday or the Friday after, I'll tell you. But hopefully that helps. Sorry if it doesn't. Let me read the last few things in the chat. Let me read everything I missed in the chat, and then I'll end it off here. Terror of Titanosaurus, yeah. It's a funny mistake. Sometimes you just say things. The problem is when making collection updates is finding all the kaiju figures in my house. Well, that's why you have to have them on shelves too, because you'll know they're in one place and whatnot. But if you don't have shelf space, yeah, it can definitely be tricky. Some of them are broken and or lost. I mean, if they're lost, there's not much you can do about that. If they're broken, what are you gonna do? I guess you could show it anyway. It still counts as a figure, right? Yeah, they're pretty cheap. Yeah. Per my friend's request. So yeah, if you watch it when it comes out, just letting you know. Sorry, I might have missed the last thing you sent there. You didn't seem to. You could, if you don't mind, Yako, text me on Instagram or Discord what you were talking about before, because like for some reason I can only see your text talking about your friend's request, and I don't know what your friend's request is. So text me after the stream is over because I didn't get it for some reason on my end. No, don't end. I'm sorry, pathetic pictures. It's got to happen, man. You need to right now. You can redo your lines. If anyone doesn't know in this chat, pathetic pictures plays Krolin, and he sent me his lines, and they're fantastic. But he has to redo some. So right now, when the stream ends, redo your lines. No, come on, man. I need them. You're getting some of the behind the scenes of what's going on with this fan film because of me saying I need the lines. Let me read this last thing here. The reason why I asked about the table is the one I use for revenge. Of this Orient's 3 feet, but I felt like it was a bit small. Well, it depends on what it was. Was it 3 feet in width or length, and what was it by? Like if it was 3 feet in width, what was it by length? Because if it was 3 feet by width, that's not bad. I mean, that's mine. And I thought it worked well, so don't worry about it. If it's 3 feet by width, then don't worry about it. 3 feet by length, that's a little bit more annoying, but it also depends on what the width is, too. Like in some shots, you can see parts of my backyard. Then it might be a problem with the background, not so much the table. So find yourself a big background then, not a big table. Like the bigger the table, actually, it's easier. I know what your complaint is that it's too small, but I don't know. I have to see an example of what you're talking about. But it sounds to me like it's a background problem. I think I meant width, not length. Yeah, if Evan packing 3 feet. Hey man, I mean no, I'm kidding. No. So width is pretty good. I said Nick Barron Chuck New World Order is 1 hour. Oh, and to watch it and give well, yeah, no. Once it comes out, I'll certainly watch it. Yeah, don't worry about that, man. Don't worry about that. Certainly. Damn, no. All right, guys. So we'll be ending off the stream. Pathetic pictures. If you could redo your lines as soon as the stream is over, I'd really appreciate it. Thank you guys for joining. Remember, Godzilla -1 is less than a month away. The closer it is, the more of an pressing topic it'll be in these streams. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, subscribe. See you guys later, and bye-bye.